have a feeling that this video is going to be an interesting one. You guys can see how cloudy it is out here this morning here in Goroka, Papua New Guinea. I'm heading to a place I have not been to in a couple years. It was raining there this morning, I believe, at least that's what I think it was, according to the weather app. And this place gets so slippery. I mean, it's slippery as ice out there. Parking bay especially, and I've even I've run down the hill once, and I've slid on my feet in about 15 feet of just sliding. That's how slick it is. So we will see how it goes today if the weather clears up. This has to clear up for me to get out there. I have to stay VFR or visual on my way out there because this is a commercial flight. But let's go ahead and get my airplane ready regardless and hope for the best that we can get out of here. Most people think online privacy means having a good password, but the reality is your data, your computer, even your browsing history, it's wide open. And that's where today's video sponsor, SurfShark VPN, comes in to rescue. And if you're not familiar with what a VPN is, it's a virtual private network. But SurfShark, it's much more than that. It's a full digital bodyguard for all of your devices. And the great thing is you can do as many devices as you want on just one account. It even has an included antivirus built into it, working in the background without even you knowing it or interrupting your work. And if anyone ever tries to hack your webcam on your computer, yes, that is a real thing these days, then SurfShark will actually alert you immediately that an app is trying to turn on your webcam so you can stay in control at all times. And then there's SurfShark's no log policy, which is huge because what that means is whatever you stream, whatever you search for, whoever you talk to, none of that is tracked, none of that goes into history, none of it is stored, it all stays with you and it stays private. And if you travel, SurfShark is available in over 100 countries, so you stay protected regardless of where you're going. And if you are traveling, one really cool thing is you can unlock streaming services you have back in your home country. So let's say you travel to Europe on a trip or a cruise or something like that, you're still able to get onto Netflix, you're still able to get onto Amazon Prime or Disney Plus for your kids, whatever it is, you're able to get back and get access to those streaming services that you're already paying for. So if you're ready for true digital freedom, no interruptions, no trackers, and no worries, head over to surfshark.com/bushpilot and get an additional 4 free months when you use my code BUSHPILOT at checkout. Plus, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you've got nothing to lose and your privacy to gain. Thanks, Surfshark, for sponsoring this video. All right, I do not have that much cargo going on. I only have this and this cart over here, plus 2 passengers. They just ran back into town to pick up some food because someone gave them some money on Friday, and now they're gonna hopefully get a little bit extra food to take out there. So I'm giving them an hour and 20 minutes to go get it just because it's really crummy weather out here. It looks okay with the like on the camera, but it's always 10 times worse than actually what you actually see. So they're gonna go do that. I'm gonna go ahead and fuel up before I head out with the anticipation that this is going to clear up and that we can get weather out there. And again, I'm not making this up. I actually do hope that I can get this flight done today, just because when it stays like this in the morning and it's forecast to be like this, it kind of stays crummy a long part of the day here, and then it gets good out there, and then it gets crummy out there in the afternoon when it's nice out here. All right, it's 8:10 right now. Miles is getting the fuel truck ready. Let's go over to figure out what I actually want to be able to get back into here. I want basically 764. Gets me back here with my IFR fuel, so if I'm not able to land here, I still have a half hour of fuel on top of my hour of reserve that I can head down to Madang and get fuel, or maybe over to Ayura, which is about 15 minutes away or 30 minutes away. If we want to go over the weather today, it is 8 here in the morning, and you guys can see all that red. If you look at the bottom, that means IFR. Well, that's clearly what it is right now. Let's just drag this on up though. It's 10 o'clock, it's still IFR. By 11, it starts getting marginal VFR, which might or might not work. I am heading down near Narambi. It doesn't show it, it's just below Narambi, about right there, about 3 miles from there. It's showing VFR at 11. If I go low clouds though, let's see, it's still showing basically should be good. Now if I jump up here to, let's say, noon, when the reality is I might get out there, then there's more clouds out there. So I don't really know. If we go visibility, it's still showing pretty good, but just from experience going out there, it gets pretty crummy. Coming back in here to Goroka afternoon, even up to 1, it just continues to get better here in the afternoon. So looks like it's gonna be a little bit later departure than I was kind of hoping for. Let's do 65 aside. Bami totok one time all cameras below me. Me no long, alright? Me just totok one time all cameras. Alright, finally the clouds are lifting. Let's get out of here. It is now 11:10, which means that the weather is probably going to get crummier out there by the time I'm done loading up. Alright, oil pressure is settling in at 92, NG is coming up, and ITT is finally coming up. There we go. Just got off the phone with an MAF pilot who was just out there recently this morning.
Crocodile Alpha Hotel, Papa is overhead this time. Course towards Karamui, estimating Karamui at 0129, not above 12,000.
Actually, that guy right there I was just speaking with. Let me see if he can...
Alpha Hotel Papa, copy departure. Not above 12,000, 15 miles. Goroka contact must be 120.16598.
15 miles, Goroka, Crocodile, correction must be on 10.16598. Alpha Hotel Papa.
And Alpha Hotel Papa, November Tango Zulu, I just started up. Would you mind giving me a weather appreciation as you look towards the south, towards Sampari from your altitude?
Yeah, well, it's not looking awesome, to be honest. I'm at 11,000 now, and I can just see the tops. I can see a little bit of blue actually further towards the south. But it's you probably need to climb to 2,000 at least to stay clear.
Many thanks. I could basically go up to 13,000 for 30 minutes without oxygen for these guys. So that's what I'll plan on doing, is probably climbing up a little bit higher. Goroka Tower, November Tango Zulu, request taxi Sampari 4 POV.
November Tango Zulu, Goroka Tower, morning. Taxi runway 17 left, clear to enter by track and line up. Unit from tower not available, temperature 19. 15, enough.
Cleared to backtrack line up 17 left, and I'm showing 1022, and just to be advised, your radio keeps fading off after about 5 seconds of you talking.
November Tango Zulu, roger that.
Alright, well, it is cloudy. I am coming back with no passengers, so I can get back in here with using the approach, things like that. I can fly through clouds on my way home, and that's kind of what I'm planning on probably doing. Weather is progressively going to be getting better here in Goroka, so I'm not really worried about that. It's more just out there. I can't get this flight done today, then it kind of pushes later on into the later on in the week, which I actually have other flights going, so if it doesn't happen today, it's kind of like, it's Monday now, probably won't happen until Friday.
November Tango Zulu, Goroka Tower, radio check, how do you read me now?
I'm reading you fine now. It's just about 5 to 8 seconds of continuous transmission that you trail off.
November Tango Zulu, roger that.
Alright, we'll be 50 knots by our taxi, or else will remain on the runway after takeoff. We'll come up, set a course overhead up to 13,000, head out towards Narambi, and then just descend all the way back down. We're going to be taking off at 61 knots today. If we had to come back in immediately, 71 knots. November Tango Zulu ready for departure. Ignition.
November Tango Zulu, runway 17 left, make left at clear for takeoff.
17 left, left turn, clear for takeoff. We'll be setting course overhead more than likely. November Tango Zulu.
November Tango Zulu.
Alright. 1390. Right, torque is set. Airspeed's alive, 725 on the ITT. Bring it back just a tiny bit. There's our 50 and continuing. There's our 61 and rotate. Our ITT just a 740. The climb out, there we go. Like I said, I was speaking with an MAF pilot. He was saying that the weather was good out there in Sampari. He was just out there this morning. Again, he was able to fly through clouds on his way home, I believe. He got out there VFR though.
November Tango Echo, Goroka Tower.
Oh, I'm hoping for the best.
17 left, clear to enter back track and line up. Wind light and variable, QNH from tower not available. Temperature 19, Time check 19 enough.
Clear to enter backtrack and line up runway 17 left. We're showing 1022 QNH this time. Nova Tango Echo.
Nova Tango Echo, 1022.
Alright, there's 10 degrees of flaps. We do have quite a few different layers right here.
Hotel Charlie Oscar.
Let's get up to our 90. Let's pull the prop on back and then start really looking to see how I'm going to get out of here and climb above this few different layers of clouds. I'm going to go right through here. Actually, I'm going to make a left-hand turn over course or overhead right now because I don't think I'm going to be able to out-climb all that stuff yet. Garoga Tower, November Tango, Zulu departed at time 18. We're in a left-hand turn at this moment to set course overhead. Copy helicopter traffic as well as company November Tango Echo, estimating Simbari at time 40. Will be climb on climb amended not above 13,000.
November Tango Zulu, copy departure. On climb amended 13,000. On 5 miles, Garoga contact miles please. 120.7, 6622.
1207 or 6622 at 15, November Tango Zulu. Okay, 120.7.
Garoga Tower, Nova Tango Echo, ready for
primary. Alright, we're at 7,000.
Nova Tango Echo. Runway 17 left. Take left in, clear for takeoff.
Left turn, clear for takeoff, Nova Tango Echo.
And Nova Tango Echo, Nova Tango Zulu is just coming up overhead this time. 7,200 will be tracking outbound, but I'll be looking for you as you take off.
Copy, we'll be looking as well, thanks.
So I don't really want to make my
November Tango Zulu, report again, overhead.
I'm overhead now, 7,500, November Tango Zulu.
November Tango Zulu, report set course.
Welcome, November Tango Zulu. Alright, Brad is just now rolling down there. Thankfully the clouds are up high in the middle of this valley right here. Garoga Tower, November Tango Zulu will be setting course of heading 159er. We're currently passing 8,300 on climb amended 13,000 and have departing traffic in sight.
November Tango Echo, second departure time.
That was November Tango Zulu.
November Tango Zulu.
Brad's off that way, he's not a factor for me anymore. Now that I'm getting out of this initial valley, it looks like the clouds are starting to rise up a little bit more, so I'm going to go ahead and start my climb up a little bit higher. Well, I'm hoping the clouds have not come in at Simbari. That's going to be really frustrating. I did talk to someone who was on the phone with somebody out there that said, no, the weather's great, it's all clear. I did look at the weather, it was supposed to be high up clouds. Okay, yeah, this is looking very favorable for me to be able to stay above all this without actually even going all up to 13,000, so. Trick is to stay in the middle of the valley. So if we put terrain on here, well, you can't really see much.
X-ray Romeo ready.
But there's a big valley right out that way, and if I can stay in the middle of it, then I'm
X-ray Romeo, line up and hold.
probably okay.
Line up and hold, X-ray Romeo.
You might ask me where I am.
November Tango Echo, report position to dispatch.
Nova Tango Echo is 6 miles to the east, 7,700 on the climb.
November Tango Echo.
And November Tango Zulu is 7 miles to the south, passing 9,600.
X-ray Romeo, 17 right, Tom 1 on board. Clear for takeoff.
7 right for Tom Alborg, cleared for takeoff, X-ray Romeo.
And Papa X-ray Romeo, November Tango Zulu. I'm currently 8 miles southbound, heading 160, passing 10,000 on climb, not above 13,000.
November Tango Zulu for X-ray Romeo, copied. We are for the Tom 1 departure from Mondo, will be turning left.
November Tango Zulu. Okay, just as long as she knows that I'm also out here, because Tower did not tell her. Right, 10,000, looks like I might be able to actually just skirt underneath and in between all the layers at this altitude. I'm going to go with that for today. So we're going to bring our torque rate up back to 1250, make sure ITT is under 700, start getting in our left rudder pressure now that we're kind of leveling off. We're coming up here, you can see there's just a bunch of clouds it looks like. Once I get past this Turabo area, the valley should open back up, so I'm kind of anticipating that it's just going to progressively get a little bit better once we get past this first initial set of mountains. All right, let's go ahead and just go over the landing strip chart. Very, very wet, or very slippery when wet. Parking bay, like when you turn sideways in it, you literally just slide sideways down the hill. It's so slippery. And at that point, it's like a 12% side slope. But touchdown is around anywhere, it says 9% up here, but it goes from 9 to 12. And if you look at the profile, it kind of ramps right up at the 60 mark. So I'm kind of going to go with 11. I might change the strip about that once I get out here and take a look at it. But let's call it Moresby. Moresby 1207, November Tango Zulu transfer. I have a dead zone here, so I'm going to get her on that. Moresby 6622, November Tango Zulu transfer.
November Tango Zulu, what's the good day, go ahead.
Good day, November Tango Zulu, 15 miles to the south of Goroka, below amended 13,000 due weather. Copy Papa X-ray Romeo, estimating Sambari 46.
November Tango Zulu, KH 1009, all additional report.
1009 November Tango Zulu. So because it is an 11% slope, anything over 7 we start adding knots to be able to transition from coming down basically to matching the slope to flaring. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to add 5 knots to whatever my approach speed is, which is 71. So I want to come in at 76 knots. If you don't do that, you kind of run out of energy and you just basically don't have enough speed to be able to flare and you just hit the ground really hard. So we don't want that to happen. All right, looking ahead, we do have actually the radar on this plane. I forgot we do. Let me go ahead and actually turn it fully on. Do map weather radar. All right, looks like, yeah, maybe a little bit off to the left. Looks like lowering might work. Once I get out here to 41 Sega, I can head out that way and it opens all up and turns green. That's where it gets really low and come back around. That's probably, honestly, what I'm probably going to do. See when we get a little bit closer out there. So, yeah, you can kind of see it just sparse and then it opens right up right there in the middle of the valley. That's what I'm expecting and hoping. Although there are times that I'm very wrong. And I'm kind of thinking going down a little bit earlier might actually be potentially easier. My top of descent's there. Get down there, so yeah, I think I am gonna come out here and then cut across. I do have a little bit extra fuel on board today. Allow for that, but you know what? I'm actually seeing underneath this ridge line over here. Not amazing, but I am seeing further and further, so I'm actually going to go this way, actually. Worst case, I can always come back over here, but this will cut the corner and save me time. So I don't use up any extra fuel. That's going to get me home. Alright, I'm not seeing awesome up here. I'm going to slow on down so I don't have to increase. Descent starting to sprinkle a bit. I am seeing the ridge tops, but I really need to start slowing down though. I just put the breadcrumbs on here so you guys can see where I'm actually tracking. Once we get below 138, we're going to go 10 degrees of flaps. We're going to slow down to our train configuration of 80-20. Probably 85-20 just because I'm a little bit heavier today.
Okay, Kilo 38.
Once I get below 120,
what's a good departure?
go 20 degrees of flaps. There we go.
Very well.
Turn our terrain awareness off. I'm going to keep my sunglasses on actually, even though it is cloudy. It actually makes me a little bit easier to see. And I'm just going to go right through this hole right here. We're at 95 now. Got prop forward 20 degrees and fuel's all on. I'm trying to get over here where the TOD is, top of descent, to get over on that valley. That's my goal. Starting to look like it's breaking up once we get past this little ridge line right here. Then I might actually be able to clean back up and speed back up. Yeah, I can see really good now. I've got another 20 miles of visibility, so I'm going to bring my power back up, go back up to 10 degrees. It's clearing up really nicely now. We'll go 0 degrees, and we'll also bring our prop back to 2,000 RPM. And we'll also bring our torque right on back to 1250. We're going to head right out here where the mountains start going down. It's looking really nice out there. We get 1250 for our cruise. But to get through the Simbari gap right there, I need 7,500. I'm actually going to start turning that way because it might actually be open. So I'm going to go for it first, and we'll see. And I can actually climb right back up if I need to. I just don't want to have to make a massive descent with my passengers. 3 years ago, when I did not have a very good knowledge of the mountains and things here in Papua New Guinea or the really specific routes, days like this were so unbelievably stressful. Not knowing what the weather was going to do, not knowing if I could get places, not knowing if I had options. Thankfully, over the years, you start seeing patterns. You also kind of really start understanding, remembering what the mountains look like. On days like this, it is a lot harder because all the mountains kind of blend into the clouds, but I would not have been doing this flight 10 years ago. I'd have been like, forget that, I'll just do it another day. But I actually enjoy days like this. It gives it a little bit of a challenge, but still, I feel like within still have a lot of safety margin built in. No Grok is good. I can always get back there. All right, back over to the strip chart. We want to come across at 4,400 feet. So down to 4,400 feet. I've already got my 76 knots. Running final 3,900, and we want 3,600 over the last ridge. It is a 11% slope, so we're going to match the slope before we pull the power and flare. 2 miles out. Moresby 6622, November Tango Zulu in the circuit, Simbari, port after landing.
November Tango Zulu.
All of this, where I'm looking straight ahead of me, is supposed to, by like 12, they were forecasting, is a bunch of low clouds, but I do not foresee this getting a bunch of low clouds with how sunny it is above. All right, there's Simbari there. Yeah, I think I'll be all right getting out of here. 20 degrees of flaps now, and let's bring our power right to 300. Increase our descent rate right to 1,000. There we go. So it's not too much for these guys, but enough to actually get down. Fuel selectors and brakes are good. TOS is done. VREF is done. Lights and inlet are done. If we have to go around, it's just a right-hand turn out of the river. Power up 20 degrees. Pitch for 12. Heavy right-hand turn. Resetting top of the ITT. 4,900 flying overhead just about now. Looking at the windsock, looks like we might have potentially crosswind or quartering tailwind. I'm not 100%. Looks like a crosswind from here. About 3 to 4 knots. It looks like from here it looks like 500. A direct crosswind at 3 knots. There's our 4,400. Slowing to 96, prop and harness. Get that in just a second. We are looking for the waterfall up here for turning final. Still at 20 degrees, that's good. Get to around 1.6 nautical miles indicated is where I come out to. We're slowing to 86 knots. There's my 86. I'm going to add a little bit of power in to hold it. Let's go full flaps. Checklist is complete. All stations Simbari, November Tango Zulu, turning final Simbari. Okay, we're slowing to 76 knots. Head over to those trees over here. There's my 76. Let's get the power back in, hold it. Match the slope before pulling power and flaring.
A 2-knot tailwind, 4-knot crosswind, so that looks like what I was expecting. Runway looks clear from here. A 3-knot tailwind, 6-knot crosswind. Went up on committed, 2-knot tailwind, this is looking good. 7-knot crosswind, committed. One-knot tailwind. Low idle. 20 degrees of flaps, add some power before I stop. Alright, this is actually pretty decent condition, much better than I've seen it years past. I'm in here slowly because this can get very slippery. Alright guys, well I'm going to also film on my flight home and I'm going to do the instrument approach back into Goroka. I'm going to get all this stuff loaded up. So if you guys want to see that, watch the next video after this when it comes out, alright? Hope you guys enjoyed this flight coming out here. It was a lot of work actually, but I really enjoy it. Moresby 6622, November Tango Zulu on the ground Sambari, cancel SR. November Tango Zulu. Alright guys, hope to see you guys on the next video. Think you guys will enjoy it.
Don't forget, if you do not have a VPN on any of your devices, head over to surfshark.com/bushpilot. Use my code BUSHPILOT at checkout and get 4 additional free months of Surfshark VPN. Thanks Surfshark for sponsoring this video.